She's the queen bee in this household,
We cannot pick up our dog.
and she rules with iron jaws. Can Victoria end Princess's reign of terror?
You have zero relationship with that dog.
Or will the tiny tyrant get the last bite?
Sit.
Oh. Melissa and Tony have what they call a correction collar around Princess's neck. It's actually just a regular choke collar. As soon as Princess does anything, she gets corrected for it. Does she listen to you?
No.
Okay. So does she listen to you?
Yeah, occasionally. I mean, it just takes a little bit more, but I think she does listen. But as far as some things I still can't do, like pick her up.
You can't pick her up.
If I were gonna pick her up, I'd probably have to take her and hang her by her neck or something, you know.
Melissa and Tony told me that they can't ever pick Princess up because she goes for them, so I wanted to see this for myself.
Can I pick you up? Come on. So that's what happens.
Tony was jumping around trying to avoid Princess's attacks. When she does aggress, you give her a check. You give her a jerk, and you do the same thing to discipline. Is that right?
No, babe. Sit down.
And who taught you to do that?
We had another animal trainer we went to. I'm not as rough. He's more militant, I think because that's his Navy background.
My tactic to training Princess is let her know that, you know, I mean business.
I don't snap as hard as he does. I think that Tony is too rough with Princess. I know we have to dominate her, but I just feel like we're hurting her, and I don't want to do that anymore. She'll tell us what to do. We don't tell her what we want.
It was interesting for me to hear Melissa saying, I know we have to be dominant over her.
Sit.
It's such an old way of thinking about dogs, and it shows a complete lack of understanding as to why Princess is behaving in the way she's doing it and what they can do to control her.
Melissa and Tony's struggles continue outdoors as well, where Princess has scared off more than one of her neighbors.
I went back in the house because Princess is aggressive and Sassy and her could get into a fight real easy.
I know.
Melissa's very aggressive with the leash corrections.
Princess, no.
Has she ever passed out?
Yeah.
She has passed out?
Yeah, she's passed out.
She does,
I mean,
no,
you know,
she
where
does that, where she'll just, you know, fall limp and
I mean, she'll fall limp,
breathe
can't,
heavy.
you know,
She'll
can't
fall
move.
limp, that's passing out.
Yeah.
That's becoming unconscious.
Things get even worse for Princess when Tony takes over.
Let's go.
Come on. Hey, relax. Relax, come on. No. Sit. No. Come on.
Melissa and Tony are correcting Princess time and time again with that correction collar. I am really surprised that Princess's trachea, i.e. windpipe, has not collapsed yet. If it hasn't in the past, it's going to in the future. She's been taught if you misbehave, pain is going to happen to you. And that is extremely flawed theory. If you fight fire with fire, you will get burnt. And you're getting burnt every day. And you're getting bitten, and other people are getting bitten, and it's a huge liability. She hasn't been taught an alternative behavior. And you know what? You have zero relationship with that dog. She does not trust you. She does not respect you. She's scared of you. So if she has no trust for you, there is no way she's going to trust anybody else who comes into her environment.
Victoria's first step is to remove the choke collar Princess has worn every day for the past 6 years.
Before we even begin training, let's take this choke collar off. They cause pain for the dog, but they're also medically incredibly dangerous. And they can cause a condition known as a collapsed trachea. So then they're rasping and they can't get enough air into their heart, into their lungs. And then you've got all sorts of problems. Okay? So go for it.
Come on, Princess. We're gonna change your collar.
The choke chain will never be used for her ever again. In fact, the best place for it is in the trash. I want her to love being with you. It's gonna take time, but this is the start.
Princess has had years of harsh punishment at home. So to begin her training, Victoria brings her to a neutral location.
Clicker training is a great place to start with Princess because It's a great way for her to learn positively, but also dogs that are clicker trained learn fast. What research has shown is that this sound, along with sharp noises, gets processed in the emotional part of the brain. So it misses all the learning, thinking part of the brain. Why is that good? And instead of her being, she's gonna have feelings of pleasure. And this click is paired with a reward, a food reward.
Clicker training might offer Princess's best chance at rehabilitation, but it's not without its dangers.
Princess is a very emotional dog. She's highly reactive. And it's too much pressure for me to go down and feed her. She's not gonna take that. She's gonna lunge. I'm very careful with my body language around Princess. I'm building up a trust and a connection between her and me. But remember, she bites the hands that feed her. So I'm going to throw a treat on the floor, and she's gonna find it. Good girl. Just before she goes to eat it, she hears the click. So now we're building up the association.
Another crucial part of positively training Princess is praise.
And as soon as she starts to find another one, good girl. Okay, I'm going to give you this clicker, and Tony, you're gonna work first. Tony and Melissa are gonna have to be very, very aware of their body language, as well as their vocal tone with Princess. Bring her over to you now.
Princess.
Call her name.
Princess. Sit.
Good. Lovely. Beautiful timing, Tony. That was excellent.
Watch me.
Throw.
Good girl.
Lovely.
She trusted me to a point, but any further than that, I won't. It's gonna take time.
In the past, trying to handle Princess has been a dangerous proposition.
Can I pick you up?
So Victoria wants to initiate some touch training.
I want to start habituating Princess to having hands come close to her.
Now, touch was something that I was probably more concerned with and just, I guess, in fear of, because I didn't know what was gonna happen with Princess.
Now, so what I'd like you to do is to get a treat and put it in front of her nose, which you can do now, and just touch with the side of your hand with her head and give her the treat. And as you do so, I'll click. Good. Touching is all about building a relationship, and I want Princess to allow being touched. Nice. If you can, as your hand is underneath her chin, just go like that, do it. Good girl.
I think the best thing I love about the positive reinforcement training is I don't feel I'm causing harm to Princess anymore.
Melissa, I'd like you to do the same now. Good girl. Lovely. Very good. Baby steps are massive for her, okay? Taking Princess out for a walk has always been a bit of a nightmare. She terrorizes the neighborhood. People run into their houses, take their dogs with them when they see her coming. And when she sees another dog, she goes ballistic.
I know.
No!
It's going to be very difficult to change this dog's attitude because she's completely unsocialized. I've set up somebody at the street over there that has a dog. And this dog is a very well-trained dog because I need to use a completely non-reactive dog to begin with Princess's conditioning. She doesn't need to greet other dogs. She doesn't need to love other dogs yet. Just need to keep her calm.
And part of keeping her calm is praising all good behavior as they move closer to the other dog.
You praise when she looks at the dog and has a calm reaction. Good girl, she saw the dog. Brilliant, very good. Now we just walk. It's too close now. The best way to stop her from aggressing is to walk calmly off in the other direction without saying a word.
Now it's Tony's turn to keep Princess calm, without his usual harsh corrections.
I want you to click and treat all that good behavior, okay?
Watch me.
Good. Good. Very good. Get
Princess.
ask her name.
Princess.
Too close. That's
Good
it.
girl.
Make her sit now.
Princess.
Get her.
Good girl.
Good. Make her
Sit.
sit.
Sit. Good girl.
That's it. That's it. Beautiful. She looks at the
Good
dog, you
girl.
click. Good.
Watch me.
Good. Nice. You're working your dog now. That's it. No closer. This is close enough now. Good.
Girl.
Next, Melissa takes a turn.
Good girl. Good girl. Nice. Good.
I'm amazed. I'm actually walking the dog. She sees another dog. She's not trying to bite me. This is like a different dog.
Let's go. Good.
Good girl.
Love it. Very good.
Good girl.
While I'm away, create the calm in your house and maintain it. Because for so long, there's been this adversarial relationship between all of you. And now you're building a different relationship, a much closer, more trusting relationship. But it takes time, so do not rush. I hope they're both committed. But once I leave, sometimes it gets a lot harder when they're by themselves.
Good girl.
So far, the couple is encouraged by Princess's progress.
You.
You gotta turn around.
No, she's fine. Princess has done great, in the neighborhood, walking, and Princess is more alert. Good girl.
Working with their neighbor, they've been able to desensitize Princess to other dogs.
Good girl. I think Princess did an excellent job staying on the walk.
Stay. Princess, sit.
When she was able to get that close to the other dog, we were very impressed with, how her reaction.
Down.
Good girl. And I'm hoping that if we continue to do the positive reinforcement on the walk and she sees more dogs and people, there'll be no problem for her to be able to just take a normal, relaxed walk.
Sit. Good girl. Here you go.
Later in the week, Victoria checks in.
I'm eager to see if Melissa and Tony have been keeping up with their homework.
Come on, let's go. Good girl.
As promised,
All right.
Tony and Melissa are continuing to work with Princess on the touch training.
We've been habituating Princess to touch, and I think it's gone rather well. Good girl. For the most part, I think that she's getting used to it. Princess. Good girl.
Princess is still not to the point where she wants to be picked up. There are going to be cases, though, however, where you're going to need to pick her up. I call it the emergency pickup. Now, this is a collar. And it's actually a collar that they use after a dog's had surgery. Sometimes it's also a collar used to keep people safe, a veterinarian safe, for example, if they don't want to get bitten.
While Tony keeps Princess's focus, Victoria has Melissa put the collar around Princess's neck.
Good.
Girl.
Beautiful.
Good girl.
Beautiful. Good.
Good girl.
Sit.
I want her to get used to having the collar on.
Good girl.
Tony continues to click and treat so Victoria can pick Princess up.
Good girl. Good girl.
Once she feels Princess is relaxed, Victoria has Melissa offer some peanut butter, further building the positive association.
If Princess was able to eat at that point, it showed me that her stress levels were down.
Girl.
Good girl.
Amazingly, it's a success. Now Melissa gives it a try.
Go.
Watch me. Watch me.
That's it. Good. Well done.
Good girl.
Good girl. I was really excited to be able to pick Princess up with the inflatable safety collar. I wish we would have known about it a long time ago.
You can pick up your dog with protection. That gives you confidence, but the most important thing is safety. So I am leaving you now. Now you're on the road, but I'm telling you, this is the start of it. I've given you the tools so that you can carry on.
I feel that now we have better, training tools in order for Princess to have a better life and for us to be in that life.
Okay,
Thanks.
see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Watch me. Good girl. Good girl.
Good girl.
Pickup training, we still have to use the inflatable collar, but hopefully maybe a month or 2 months, we'll be able to pick her up without the collar.
Princess has made a immense turnaround. She's almost like another dog.
Thanks for watching. If you love It's Me or the Dog and want more dog training tips and tricks, visit my official site, positively.com. And if you're interested in learning more about becoming a dog trainer, check out the Victoria Stilwell Academy. Links to both sites are in the description. I'll see you online.